Pulling back creates attraction. Everyone's heard that. Most people completely butcher it. They hear pull back and think it means disappearing, acting cold, or pretending they suddenly don't care. That's not confidence. Pulling back doesn't make you attractive. Being emotionally stable does. And if your version of pulling back feels like holding your breath and waiting to be chosen, you're not strategic. You're dysregulated. And if you've ever pulled back only to watch things fall apart, this is probably why. Here's the reality. Attraction doesn't die because you showed interest. It dies because interest turns into pressure. Research on romantic pursuit shows that people are drawn to partners who are emotionally stable, not emotionally reactive. When you overinvest too fast, you don't look passionate, you look anxious. And anxiety leaks through behavior, whether you like it or not. Pulling back works for one reason only: it restores balance. When someone feels chased, they subconsciously feel responsible for your emotional state. That pressure triggers avoidance. When you pull back correctly, you're not withdrawing affection. You're removing emotional urgency. That's the difference most people miss. Here's where people screw it up. They pull back and then stop leading. They stop inviting. They stop creating opportunities to connect. That's not balance. That's abdication. Studies on attraction consistently show polarity matters. Someone still has to initiate. Someone still has to lead. Pulling back doesn't mean waiting to be chosen. It means staying centered while still engaging. This is where the audience splits, so let's say it clearly. If you pull back hoping the other person will chase you, that's manipulation. If you pull back because you're afraid of rejection, that's avoidance. But if you pull back because you're grounded, busy, and not emotionally hinging your self-worth on the outcome, that's attractive. Here's the rule most people don't like. Pull back from attachment, not from action. You still ask for the date, you still flirt, you still show interest. You just don't panic when the pace slows. You don't overcorrect. You don't send apology texts that nobody asked for. And yes, this is where people argue in the comments. Another hard truth. Attraction rises when someone feels free to choose you, not pressured to reassure you. Psychological research on autonomy shows desire increases when people feel uncoerced. The moment someone senses they're responsible for your happiness, attraction drops. Not because they're cruel, because their nervous system feels trapped. Now here's where mental health comes in, and this is the part most dating advice ignores. If pulling back feels like a strategy instead of a natural response, that's a sign your nervous system is dysregulated. You're not acting from confidence, you're acting from fear of loss. That's not a dating problem, that's an emotional regulation problem, and no amount of tactics will fix that. When your mental health is stable, pulling back isn't something you do. It's something that happens naturally because your life is full, your identity is intact, and your sense of worth isn't being negotiated through text messages. You don't need to force space. You already have it. Here's the last thing that matters. If someone loses interest the moment you stop overfunctioning, you didn't lose attraction. You lost a dynamic where anxiety was doing the work. And that's not a failure. That's information. Healthy attraction doesn't require you to abandon yourself to maintain it. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Like the video, share it if you can, so it reaches the people who need it even more, and probably won't look for it on their own, before they harden, give up, and quietly start blaming themselves. If you want content that actually respects your intelligence and doesn't lie to you just to keep you comfortable, hit subscribe. Every episode breaks down how we love, lose, attach, detach, and grow. No sugarcoating, no baby gloves. Welcome to Bitter Vaccine. Medicine for the mind. No sugar added.